meaning that he's lost 1,347 times at a disappointing 63.4% loss. This means that The Miz
Yo, what up? It's Majay back to another video. Today we're about to be getting into a video by WrestleLamia, and the video is going to be on WWE wrestlers who have the worst records. Ah, man. I went off the bat, nigga. It got to be The Miz. The Miz, he has lost so many matches. I respect that guy, but he lost so many matches, bro. He got his ass kicked back and forth for a year straight, and it was just bad for him. But let's get into it.
Number 11, Curt Hawkins holds the biggest losing streak in WWE ever. Whilst many would associate a huge losing streak with the Brooklyn Brawler,
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it would have been the Miz. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I would have thought it would have been the Miz because they've been like throwing him under the bus lately.
aka Steve Lombardi, he didn't necessarily actually have any losing streak in WWE. In fact, he picked up a couple of wins. These were during the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. But the person who actually holds the biggest losing streak is Curt Hawkins. Between 2016 and 2018,
yeah.
Hawkins lost a total of 269 consecutive matches across televised events and live shows. WWE actually turned this into a storyline, presenting Hawkins as increasingly desperate to end the streak, and the angle even paid off at WrestleMania 35, where Hawkins and Zack Ryder captured the Raw Tag Team Championships. This ended the streak in a feel-good moment that was well rewarded after long-term storytelling. Number 10, Mick Foley is 0-4 inside the Hell in a Cell.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about that. Curt Hawkins had the most craziest losing streak ever. I remember they made that into the storyline. It is what it is. Like I don't know why they made that nigga lose so much. I remember him coming back acting like he was gonna be like the biggest star, and then boom, loss after loss.
Foley never left WWE's most devilish structure as the victor, losing all 4 of his Hell in a Cell matches. Wrestling his first 3 as Mankind, the Hardcore Legend first lost to Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker on Raw's June 15th, 98 episode, where he partnered with Kane before he was pinned by The Undertaker less than 2 weeks later at the King of the Ring pay-per-view. Now this, of course, is the critically acclaimed showing where Mankind flung off the top of the Hell in a Cell right down to the commentary table below. But 2 months after that, Mankind went on to a no contest with Kane on August 24th, 98 episode of Raw. That's 3, but Foley's
Could have at least gave him that win. Come on now, Mick Foley was like legendary in those matches. They could have at least gave the man at least one win in that.
final attempt at a Hell in a Cell victory would be at No Way Out 2000. They embraced his Cactus Jack persona as he challenged for Triple H's WWF Championship. Well, despite losing, he was still further immortalized in Hell in a Cell lore for a King of the Ring-like bump, taking a back body drop through the roof of the cell that sent him partially through the ring mat. He was more of a Hell in a Cell swap monkey than he was a Hell in a Cell success story. And we mean that in the nicest way. Number 9, Mr. T and Roddy Piper wrestled the worst match in WWE history. But the question, what is the worst match in WWE history, will never offer a universal answer. Attitude Era fans will pipe up with the infamous Kennel from Hell match between Al Snow and the Big Boss Man, while modern audiences will throw Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso from WrestleMania 40 atop the pile. But I guess...
Oh, fuck. Yeah. I don't like to do the Usos like that, but that match was so terrible. It wasn't like up there as like the most terrible match. Let's get that straight in the rankings. For me, at least. But this shit was terrible. It was just a bundle of fucking super kicks back and forth, back and forth. I don't know what the hell would run that back and plan that so carefully so they can, do better. Practice in that match. Come up with some good moves I could do back and forth instead of super kicks.
Piper and Mr. T's boxing match from WrestleMania 2. That is at least according to Dave Meltzer, the Wrestling Observer newsletter, who awarded the farce a rare -5 stars. There were 3 unremarkable rounds played out to the dismay of those in attendance before a 4th round disqualification gave Mr. T his second Mania victory. Piper and Mr. T share this uncommon rating with other unremarkable affairs as Hollywood Hogan versus the Warrior from WCW's 98 Halloween Havoc, and Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik versus the Bushwhackers from the Infray. The Miz has 2 eliminations in 17 Royal Rumble matches. Now, every January, WWE will produce an insightful...
Why they gotta do that, man, like that, bro? Y'all gotta stop disrespecting the Miz. Put some, respect on his name, man. Like, he has only 2 eliminations. I would have thought, like, out of every Royal Rumble that he's been in, he's been in a ton of them since, like, fucking 2000, the early 2000s.
However, reveals a rather unfortunate record held by The Miz. He has scored just 2 eliminations across his 17 Royal Rumble appearances, and both of them were his friends. He's managed to only eliminate Alex Riley and R-Truth in 2012, but he has never again recorded an elimination in WWE's Take on the Floor as Lava, despite...
I'm not gonna lie, never mind. I keep seeing every time that this man tries to throw somebody out, something either always happens with him getting eliminated or somebody stopping him just like that and just like canceling the whole thing. Like, damn, they don't even give that nigga another person to eliminate. Not even like the most dude on the lower card.
Next year, just give The Miz another elimination for crying out loud. He deserves it. Number 7, Goldust is 0-12 at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Losing on the grand stage of WrestleMania isn't always a bad thing. Just look at Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13 or Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. Their respective losses spurred their immediate career trajectories, resulting in both capturing their first WWE Championship at the following year's Mania. Unlike his brother, however, Dustin Rhodes has never tasted success at the Showcase of the Immortals. Dustin Rhodes, who primarily wrestled as Goldust under the WWE banner, has competed in 12 WrestleMania matches and lost every one of them. He lost the Hollywood Backlot Brawl to Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 12, was pinned by Hunter Hearst Helmsley at Mania 13, and teamed with Luna in a losing effort against Mark Mero and Sable at the 14th WrestleMania. 1 year later at WrestleMania 15, he failed to win the IC Championship from Road Dogg in a 4-man elimination outing, and wouldn't again make the Mania billing until...
Come on, you could at least let him beat Road Dogg of all people. I mean, I was a fan of Road Dogg, but as a tag team person, I didn't like his single runs. He was entertaining only as a tag team to me.
WrestleMania 18, where he was unsuccessful against Maven for the Hardcore Championship. This was then followed by untelevised Battle Royal losses at Manias 22 and 26, and unsuccessful Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal attempts at WrestleManias 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. But coming up on the rear behind Goldust is actually Biggie and Heath Slater, with 7 losses apiece on the grandest stage of them all. Number 6, Kofi Kingston is 0-7 in Money in the Bank ladder matches. But the Money in the Bank ladder match has boasted several world-class winners who did wonders with the briefcase, from Edge and Seth Rollins to Naomi and Io Sky. But sadly, Kofi Kingston doesn't stand shoulder to shoulder with them, despite his 7 attempts at attempting to retrieve the briefcase high above. He lost his first Money in the Bank outing at WrestleMania 25, where his former World Tag Team Championships winning partner CM Punk emerged victorious. While at the following year's Mania, it was Jack Swagger who surpassed Kingston up the ladder. The 2010 and 2011 namesake pay-per-views marked further failings for Kofi in the match, as Kane and Alberto Del Rio...
See, this is just pros. They just added Kofi as like a filler, like a high flyer filler. So just being on the sideline when everybody goes to get a win. They just need some type of highlight entertainment for that. And I hate that they think as Kofi as that. He should have at least won one.
respectively booked their tickets to World Championships, being followed in 2014 by Seth Rollins. It was then the turn of Sheamus in 2015, before in 2018, Braun Strowman battered Kofi en route to his Money in the Bank success, which was Kingston's final attempt to date. On a similar wavelength as Mick Foley though, Kofi Kingston was traditionally entered into these matches for his daredevil mindset. His most notable Money in the Bank spot came in 2010, when he boom dropped Drew McIntyre through the announce desk after diving off a ladder. Number 5, Bianca Belair has the shortest WWE Championship reign ever. And technically, we're not counting the 24/7 and Hardcore Championships, both of which have had title reigns that lasted a matter of seconds, because WWE itself would like to pretend that those brief reigns, well, they never happened. But assessing WWE's non-24/7 championships means that Bianca Belair has the shortest title reign in history, holding the Women's Championship for approximately 2 minutes. She regained the title from Asuka in a SummerSlam 2023 triple threat, with Charlotte Flair rounding out the lineup, but the EST was dethroned just minutes by Io Sky, who was cashing in the Money in the Bank. Going by the millisecond, Belair trumps other 2-minute championships, such as Andre the Giant with the WWE Championship and The Big Show with the original World Heavyweight title. Remarkably, Bianca also has the longest title reign with the current iteration of the WWE Women's title. She reigned for 4...
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, having like the shortest and the longest championship run is crazy as fuck. But like to outrank the Big Show when that shit happened, I was there. It was like a heartfelt moment when the Big Show got a championship, and it hasn't happened in a while. And then they take that shit from him. Like it was like, give me that shit, nigga, bro. That nigga Daniel Bryan came out and literally got that nigga, bro. Oh my god.
420 days between WrestleMania 38 and Night of Champions 2023. So in effect, she has the longest and shortest title reigns with the WWE Women's
That's
Championship.
still crazy.
Number 4, Jeff Hardy is 0-5 in TLC matches. Similar to Mick Foley with the Hell in a Cell match, Jeff Hardy is the face of the tables, ladders and chairs match, having helped innovate and popularize the stipulation, and he did so without ever winning. In the first TLC match at SummerSlam 2000, Jeff and Brother Matt failed to dethrone the defending World Tag Team Champions Edge and Christian, with the Dudley Boys also competing in the match. A similar result followed at WrestleMania 17, this time with Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley being the title holders coming in. The legendary trio were joined by Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho for the third TLC match on May 24, 2001 SmackDown, with Benoit and Jericho retaining the tag titles before on Raw's October 7, 2002 broadcast, Hardy paired with Rob Van Dam for an unsuccessful challenge of Kane and the Hurricanes World Tag Team Championships, with Kane fighting alone. Jeff's final TLC performance was at SummerSlam.
Nah. I'm not standing for that. Jeff Hardy deserves more respect for that. He's known for the face as a TLC. That's all I be seeing him is like, swanton bombing people through the table and doing all of that shit. There's no way I couldn't have gave him that win against Kane, my nigga. Come on, bro. Kane was like mid-card like back then, especially during that era, like 2003, before he got into the crazy bald Kane. And I couldn't have gave that nigga a run. Y'all let that nigga win by himself? That's disrespectful.
2009, where he dropped the World Heavyweight Championship back to CM Punk. 3, the longest time with no eliminations. Now on the men's side, the record belongs to Randy Orton. He lasted the entire match in 2021 after drawing the number 2 spot, competing for 58 minutes and 30 seconds, and being the match's runner-up behind Edge. On the women's side, meanwhile, Ember Moon holds the unwarranted record. In 2019, she mustered 52 minutes and 10 seconds without scoring a single elimination. Now in the defense of the Viper, WWE did pull the old trick of taking him out of the match early, as an announced table DDT from Edge before number 6 had entered allowed Randy to take an extended breather before he returned for the closing spot. Number 2, Kane is 0-20 in Royal Rumble matches. Now, given that the Royal Rumble match is annual, there stands a good chance that someone who enters a field one year will be back for the next one. But no one has entered the field more times than Kane. This is including times he entered as Isaac Yankem DDS and the Fake Diesel. The Big Red Machine has competed in 20 Royal Rumble matches and has never once merged successfully. Between 1996 and 2021, Kane stood as a perennial Royal Rumble bridesmaid, with his best showing coming in the 2001 iteration. There he eliminated 11 people, a record that stood for 13 years and was a runner-up behind Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, those are just some of the achievements earned by the Devil's favorite demon within the cherished stipulation. However, he also has the most career eliminations at 46, and he scored the quickest elimination in 2009 when he clotheslined Santino Marella out of the ring faster than he sprinted in. To not have Kane win a single Rumble in 20 attempts seems criminal. And coming up the...
No, especially when they didn't even have like any like decent wrestlers, like especially when the main event needed to be a good one. You could have put Kane in that spot in one of those, and throughout all of those years, not the Isaac Yankem or the Fake Diesel eras, but the eras coming from like 1999 when he debuted as Kane and up. You could have did that, especially when he literally just eliminated like 11 niggas in that match. That would have been a legendary ass moment.
The Hall of Famer is The Miz, who will match the record if he enters at least 3 more Rumble matches without winning, which statistically speaking is the most likely outcome. And number 1, The Miz has the most losses in WWE history. Having been with WWE since he appeared on the...
So I was right. I thought Curt Hawkins. So Curt Hawkins went on a losing streak, and he has like the most losses ever.
4th season at Tough Enough in 2004, The Miz has racked up an impressive 2,126 matches for the company at the time of this video. though he's only won 748 of them. That's an embarrassing 35.2%. He's gone on to have 31 draws, which accounts for 1.5% of his matches, meaning that he's lost 1,347 times at a disappointing 63.4% loss. This means that The Miz has lost even more times than the Brooklyn Brawler, whose entire career was built around the fact that he was nothing more than a jobber. Luckily for The Miz, he never needed to win to establish himself in WWE, especially not in his later years. Much like other constant losers such as Dolph Ziggler, he got over by doing the job on a regular basis. This was then rewarded with major storylines, championship victories, and leading roles in WWE Studios productions. Though the less said about those movies, the better. I mean, has anyone watched The Marine 3?
It's just criminal that they let The Miz rack up these losses. It's crazy. Well, man, put some respect on that nigga name though. Hey bro, and especially Jeff Hardy not winning one TLC match is just criminal. I'm putting my fucking hand down, bro. But hey, if you guys enjoyed that video, go check out WrestleLamia and like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my reactions. I got different variety of reactions, if whatever you're into. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. We're on the road to 350.